you a good leader? Like, are you somebody that's accountable? These are skills that matter more than the other because you can train the other things. These things come from inside. And then irreplaceable. It comes back down to trends and narratives. You need to look at, is e-commerce, me selling on Amazon, the most ideal thing? Yes or no? Why? Should I be selling on Shopify? What's my thesis? And different people do business differently because they have different understandings of trends and narratives. So just make sure that you're irreplaceable. Pick something, do something that gives you longevity. You don't want to be restarting a new business every 2 years. You want to take your time and build something that's going to be on a solid foundation, irreplaceable, undisputable, and that you're not going to have to be competing with robots that are going to be really cheap, cost efficient, and working 24/7. You need to understand that you got to be playing the future game because the world is accelerating. There's something called Moore's Law. And Moore's Law dictates, right? We kind of have like the exponential growth curve. It's about technology, right? And Moore's Law dictates that technology every 2 years gets twice as powerful at half the cost. And it only gets more exponential. So you start with the telegram. Oh, well, how expensive is it to transfer a message? Well, we got to set up poles all throughout the Midwest. And okay, well, what's next? It's the radio. Well, what's next? Is the TV. Well, what's next? Is the cell phone. Well, what's next? Fucking implants in your head, telepathic communication, like exponential curve. So you need to make sure that whatever you're tapping into, you're understanding that this exponential curve is growing, whether you like it or not. And that's what I tell people is the rules of the game are the rules of the game. You're on the board. The rules are set. If you understand how to play it, you're going to play it. The world doesn't work based off of what you want. The world just is, and you have to play the game.
The irreplaceable bit, I think, is the hardest thing for people to grasp. I'd like to go deeper on the other two subjects, but irreplaceable, like, I don't think I'm irreplaceable. Okay, so as an individual, I've got a social media presence, but who am I? I'm easily replaced. It's an interesting problem. I think, maybe using myself as an example, okay, I've got 8 million followers online, so I built up an economic moat of sort. Brands will want to use my service, but I'm not irreplaceable. There's other people out there that can help, for example, promote a brand. But I think where you become irreplaceable, maybe you can define it better than this, but like, if you're the best at something, and people, so for example, people like working with you, and you're good at it, they won't want to replace you.
Reputation.
Yeah. Right. I think that's something that people wonder when they're listening. They might be listening, how do I make myself irreplaceable? I actually think that reputation in particular is totally underrated as a tool to become irreplaceable.
I agree.
Like, there's plenty of people out there that could learn from many other people, but if you become good at the best at something, I think this best thing is the key to it all.